Hey, how you doing, Flo? Wanted to
Good. How
see
you
if,
doing?
if the odds were in our favor for you to let us know who your QB1 and QB2 were for next week.
Not in your favor. So I think you knew the answer to that, though, Cam.
Gotta shoot, gotta shoot. Can't make it if you don't shoot.
Hey, yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
Sofit?
Oh, I like that shirt, man. Tell me what you think about the game, and I guess what's it like supporting other South Florida teams here.
I thought the game was fantastic last night. Went down to the wire. A lot of great situational basketball at the end. It came down to free throws, so it was good. Obviously I'm a fan of Coach Spo and that team and the way they play. They're tough. They're physical. They grind things out. They play smart basketball. And I'm a fan, and hopefully we can kind of learn from a lot of the things they do and emulate a lot of the success that they've had over there.
Cam?
Hey, Flo, obviously we've asked you a lot about Tua since he's got here because he's the new hot figure, but I wanted to ask you about what the impact you think Ryan Fitzpatrick still has on this team.
Well, from a leadership standpoint, from an experience standpoint, I think he brings a lot to the team. He's smart. He's tough. I would say from a toughness standpoint, he brings a lot to his team as well. It's important to him. He's competitive. And for Tua specifically and Josh, to kind of talk through, end of game situations, end of half situations, third down, red zone, mic points in the run game, defensive structures, all those things. They're very helpful to the young players, and that it's the same for defensively. So a defensive guy can go to Fitz and say, "Hey, what'd you see on that made you make that throw versus another throw?" So and he's more than willing to take on that role and answer questions, and I think he brings a lot.
Adam Beasley?
Yeah, I have another Fitz question of my own. It's well known your affinity for him and the relationship that grew between you two throughout the course of the season. But did you really know him before you guys signed him, and how did that relationship develop?
I don't know if anyone's ever used the word affinity with me and any player, but Fitz. Obviously I've coached against him, watched him, play in this league for a long time. Hadn't met him, but knew of him from, I went to BC. He was at Harvard, so knew of him. But I think what you hear about him as a person, that was all true, and we're seeing that. So he's all the things that I'm looking for in a player. He's tough, he's smart, he's competitive, he loves to play. He's a great teammate. He's coachable. I think there's, I would say he and I probably have a lot of similarities from that standpoint about the way we approach the game, and I think it's been a good fit. So affinity, probably, I don't know if I'd use those words, but I like the guy a lot.
Cam?
Hey, obviously you guys are 10 days away from New England. I want to ask, are you guys game planning for them and I guess their uncertainty at quarterback at this point, or are you still in camp mode?
It's a little bit of both right now, Cam. It's, we've obviously started some preparation on them, trying to get familiar with their personnel. They've got some new players, the quarterback situation, obviously. But at the same time, we're going to use today and work on some things that we may not have seen from our offense, our defense today over the course of training camp, not necessarily in New England, but just different looks that we haven't seen offensively, defensively. Really, in training camp, you work against, whatever your defense does, that's what you're going to see offensively. Whatever your offense does, you're going to see defensively. Whatever, you do in a kicking game, that's what you see. but some other teams are a little bit different, and there's some other concepts that we need to see. We need to see more of. So that's what we're working on today, and then we'll get into the game plan a little later in the week, probably.
Safid?
Well, I know last season probably just seems so far away. But heading into year two of your coaching career here as a head coach, what are some ways that you feel like you've improved and evolved as a coach, and what are some things that you're still working on?
Well, I'm still working on everything. I try to improve on a daily basis in every area of my life: coaching, fatherhood, husband, friendships. I try to get better really at everything. But yeah, I mean, there's experiences that I had last year that I think about as I'm trying to make decisions in this season. Conversations that I've had, experiences, situations, in practice and games. I certainly don't have all the answers. I don't think I ever will. So I still lean on a lot of I lean on our coaching staff, whether it's Danny Crossman to Chan to Josh Boyer to Eric Studesville. I mean, I feel very comfortable with our group. So I'll lean on those guys. But as far as the relationships with the players, the guys who were here a year ago, they kind of know how I'm wired. They know what I expect. So that's been good. I mean, as far as comfortability from that standpoint, but at the same time, we also have a lot of new players who we're still getting to know them as well, and they're getting to know me, and that's football in general. That's kind of how you try to build a team. There's always some new guys, and you want to just make everyone feel comfortable, but at the same time, coach them hard. And yeah.
Adam Beasley?
Yeah, it's been a minute since Devontae and Jakeem have practiced, at least so that we've seen. I guess housekeeping wise, is there any uncertainty about their availability for week one?
The both guys are working hard on a daily basis to get back out there. I mean, they'll be out there as soon as they can be. As far as their availability, I mean, we'll get the injury report start next week, so we'll see. Hopefully they're not on it, but we'll see. But they're working to get back out there quickly, as soon as it is possible.
Hal?
Hello, Brian. We are just a little over 2 full days away from cutdown day. Given that you haven't had preseason games to look at film, how comfortable are you that you'll be able to make all the right decisions on Saturday?
Well, we're gonna do our best to make. We're gonna try to make the best decisions we can make based on the information, the practices, the walkthroughs, the meetings. We're gonna try to make the best decisions that we can. Look, it's no one's ever perfect. We want to be perfect. We strive for perfection, but and we're going to make the decisions we feel in this moment that are best for this team. And there's a lot of factors that go into that. But we've already had a lot of conversations on this as a staff. I've had these conversations with Chris and Brandon, and there's a lot of factors that go into getting down to 53. These are tough conversations, for us as a staff, and then obviously they're tough conversations with the players who end up getting released. But that's part of the business. I think everybody understands that. But the focus right now is on today. And that's kind of what I try to message to these guys is there may be some anxiety and some of those things going on about, hey, where's my standing? But the best thing to do is just go out here and have a good practice, and let the chips fall where they fall.
All right, we have time for one more. We'll go to Cam.
Flo, I know last time I guess we asked you about X, he was just getting off of PUP and getting his legs under him. I wanted to see where you feel like he is at this point, if he's made any progress with those elements that you wanted to see from him.
Yeah, he's made a lot of progress. I mean, he's looked good out there. I mean, he's fast, quick. You know, he's just got to work on the techniques, the fundamentals, which that'll come. But he's looked good. Conditioning. I mean, those are things that you work on them on a daily basis to get better. So, yeah, he's trending in the right direction. I would say that. Again, a lot of competition at that position as well, and we'll see how it shakes out.